Hi, my name is Rob Tomorrow. I'm the music director and conductor of the Beloit Janesville Symphony Orchestra. What you're about to see is the first of several programs that we're beginning to launch as a way to reach out to the community, and especially the youth segment of our community in Rock County, Beloit, and Janesville. We're very excited about the programs. For several years, the Beloit Janesville Symphony has had the honor of being a part of the Beloit International Film Festival, where the orchestra has performed the live musical scores for silent films. It's been a great favorite in the community. When thinking about a way to reach out to the children in our school system and get them involved in the process of making music and having ownership of their ability to make music, we thought, what about if we could find a way to have the young students compose their own soundtrack to a silent film? And that's what we did. Gerard and our staff had gone into an elementary school in the 5th grade classroom, and these kids composed over the course of a semester their own soundtrack to the silent film The Astronaut by local filmmaker Philip Barrett. And what you're about to see is the result of that process and the beginning of what we hope is an exciting adventure in music making, composing kids, making music with the maestro. Thank you so much. Enjoy the film.
It was kind of cool listening to the final project and being able to say, hey, that's my part.
You could just see that their faces, they were just like starstruck, just awestruck, looking and pointing to that's, you know, so-and-so's piece and that's so-and-so's part, and they were pointing to the different people's parts that it was, so that was very cool for them.
I want to be like the violin players because they were good.
I'd like to do it again, and I had fun. One day I might want to be a musician. My sister came and I was showing her. I was like, that's my part, that's my part.
What if we could show kids how to compose their own soundtrack? What if they were 5th graders at a local elementary school? Maestro had a student who was also a filmmaker. He had produced a short claymation film about an astronaut. He was willing to let us use his animation short as the visual component of our Composing Kids program.
Well, every student received a copy of the DVD animation without sound, so they got to see it and maybe get a feel for what part of the story was missing, what they could add to it, and the emotion of the parts of the film.
We were able to arrange 8 30-minute sessions with the school's music teacher. One session was mostly a meet and greet where we got to introduce ourselves and explain what we were going to do. Another session was devoted to symphony players introducing various instruments in the orchestra and explaining what they could do.
We can hit it really hard with this thing.
Every student contributed to the soundtrack. No one got left out. No one's parts hit the cutting room floor. Everybody was represented in the final product.
This represented all students. We didn't take the cream of the crop. These weren't the kids that were the musicians or the artists or anything like that. These were all of the students, and to see them all up there having equally contributed, have equal ownership and pride, that to me was what was phenomenal.
So, we had to put together all of our ideas, create a soundtrack, and show kids a more or less finished product in 6 sessions.
Mr. Gerard came in with this amazing technology that I didn't even know existed, to be honest, where you can record what they're doing and then it transposes it for you and it changes it and makes it a MIDI file, and so you can kind of move it around and things like that, and it just makes the whole art of composition so much more different than I would have expected.
I thought it was always you sat down at a piano, you had a piece of paper and a pencil, and you just wrote. But it's a lot more than that. There's like all this technology involved in it, and you can record it and change a piano part to a flute part, and I learned a lot about technology, not just composing music.
As I plugged these different ideas into different parts of the time frame in the software, I have names right there with it.
I expected the students to be a lot louder when I would walk by the room, that it would be, you'd hear this loud noise, but every time I would go by the classroom, it was total quiet noise, under control, great respect from the students to the symphony people that were here and to their teacher, Mrs. O'Cray.
The day of the concerts, when the kids' soundtrack score was performed for the first time by the symphony with the movie. The children of the 5th grade class who composed it were in the front row. And I turned from my conductor's podium and I looked down at them at the end. And I'll never forget the look on their faces, realizing that they had created something beautiful. That's something they'll never be able to take away from them, and that will last them for an entire lifetime.
You can see parents sitting up straight. You can see them, that chin lift. I'm a proud parent. I'm proud of my student and what we're doing here. I hope that we are able to either find the funds or resources, whatever we can do, so that in 4 years, when my son is in 4th or 5th grade, that he can be a part of this.